So here's the thing. First thing, the more I love myself, the less I want to hang out with people. I know. Weird, right? Like I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I just don't want to waste my time. So it's interesting because right around the time when you can do whatever you want to do, when you really start loving yourself, you just don't want to do anything, right? And this is especially important for those of you that are kind of still in this in-between phase of, waking up to who you are or remembering who you are. Because some of you still have some relationship dynamics that are exhausting, right? And so I think we just need to break things down into some very simple categories, okay? Like there are people who are just funny. Hanging out with them is an uplifting experience. They make you laugh, right? It's a good time, okay? Other people are just always upset, always something wrong. It's a lot of mood managing and ego massaging, right? A lot of mood managing and ego massaging. It's just exhausting. And I don't know about you, but isn't it enough already that we're dealing with ourselves without then having to deal with everyone else in our lives? Just throwing it out there. Now, in the context of this community, right, it's different because you all, to whatever degree, actually have the capacity to listen to what I have to say. But your average friend who wants to hang out and who calls me doesn't have the capacity to listen to what I have to say because they haven't made the commitment. There's nowhere to put it. And so I want you more and more to realize that hanging out with yourself is actually really cool. I mean, seriously, it's the best thing ever. And I understand that this loneliness thing can become a thing, but it's only still while you're egoically identified and in some way, shape or form looking to other people for things. But after a while, get to a place where you're like, I really just love hanging out with myself. I really just enjoy my own company. Weird, right? You go from can't standing the fact that you're you to actually all of a sudden loving being you to the point where it's like you just don't need to hang out with anyone else. And so there's still some tidying up that some of you have to do in your lives. And I think that the reason why this tidying up hasn't happened is because you're just not fully respecting yourselves quite yet in the way that I believe that you deserve to. So here's what needs to happen. First thing is, okay, is there still anyone in my life? Maybe there isn't. Maybe life's already like shaken everybody out, right? So there probably isn't anyone in your life, right? If that's the case, hey, great, man. This is wonderful. If there are still other people in your life, well, then you have to look at, okay, how do I want to spend my time? Like, is this a worthwhile investment of my time? So what's weird is, the more you love yourself, the smaller your circle becomes, until eventually your circle is just you. You become a circle of one. When you make a reservation for dinner, it's like, how many? Just one. When you go to the movie, how many tickets would you like? One. How many airplane seats would you need? One. How big a car do you need? Oh, just one that's big enough for one, right? It just becomes easier and simpler. And especially right now in the world where, everyone's going through something, right? But everybody forgets that you're going through something too. So then it's like everyone's going through something, you're going through something, but boy, does everybody need to call you and tell you about what they're going through. So you just have to get to a place where you recognize that your time is so precious